20 Fortnite items that you forgot about, starting with the Zapper wall trap. You probably don't remember this item because it wasn't in the game for long, but believe it or not, this item was kind of overpowered. You could use this by throwing it at a wall and it would instantly damage the opponent on the other side. And you could even use it to take an enemy's wall if they were boxed up. This thing was actually insanely good and a really fun item. One thing that was weird about this is it actually took up an inventory spot instead of just being in the trap selection. But another item you probably don't remember, or at the very least definitely did not get to play with, was the Zapatron. This item was only in the game for about a half hour and it was removed almost immediately. There's only one clip in the world of someone using this weapon, which makes it insanely rare. I know I've never used it and I'm an OG Fortnite player. I don't think a lot of people have got to use this one. And one interesting thing you might not have noticed about this item is that it actually had its own unique ammo type called the energy cells. These were never added back, however, because this is the only weapon that's ever used it. But one really fun item you probably don't remember is the fireworks grenade launcher. This weapon was added for a limited time in celebration of 4th of July a few years back, and it was really cool. I think most of us really like the holiday themed grenade launchers, and this is one of my favorites. I really hope they bring this one back next 4th of July, because sadly they didn't this year. And one of the most insane items we have ever seen added to Fortnite is the storm flips. These items took camping in the storm to a whole new level because you could throw these in the storm and make a zone inside the storm where you wouldn't take any damage. These were really helpful during storm fights, and I definitely wouldn't mind if they brought this item back. And as hard as it is to believe, at one point Fortnite added a lump of coal item to the game for Christmas. It was available through Christmas presents and it was a really funny troll by Epic adding this into the game. Let's hope Fortnite gave you good luck and you got a gold pump and not a lump of coal. But this isn't the first time Fortnite trolled us, because I bet you don't remember when Fortnite added money to the game that you couldn't even use for anything. This was added as a part of the Fortnite Borderlands collab and was available at the Pandora location as a part of the collab's challenges. I just wish they would have gave this item more of a purpose. Yeah, that was kind of a useless item, but a more useful item was the loot drones. We had this in Fortnite Season 9. These would drop some really awesome loot and they'd actually be at a different location every game, and that location would always turn into a hot drop because everybody wanted to get those loot drones. And I kinda wish they would bring these back. I really miss these. Just be careful not to fall off these things because they are very high and you'll probably eliminate yourself. But one item I don't think anybody wants back is the Boombox. This item used to annoy builders so much because someone would just drop this thing at the start of someone's builds or inside a building and knock them down. Honestly though, as annoying as this item was, it could also be kind of fun and was definitely a creative idea on Epic's part, so we gotta give them credit for that. Another item that was extremely annoying was the smoke grenades. If you remember these, you're definitely a Fortnite OG because they were added a very long time ago, but these items would literally cover your entire screen in fog. And I don't think anybody liked that. These things were so obnoxious. You'd literally be in the middle of a fight and somebody would just start bombing these things everywhere and you wouldn't be able to see anything. But I mean, now Epic just does this to random games of Fortnite with fog all over the map, so I guess it was just training for today's Fortnite. But on a brighter note, do you guys remember the Stark Rifle? This item was introduced in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 4 as a part of the huge Fortnite Marvel crossover season, and this was honestly a pretty cool weapon. And I wouldn't mind if Fortnite brought this one back, and I mean, maybe it could replace the Ranger Assault Rifle because that might be the most unpopular Fortnite Assault Rifle of all time. And while we're on the topic of Chapter 2 Season 4, do you guys remember all the Marvel Mythics we got that season? These items were insane, and although I don't want to see them get added back to the core modes because a lot of them were a little bit overpowered, I think it'd be awesome to see some sort of LTM based around these mythics. And maybe we could even see the return of the Thanos Gauntlet. Comment down below and tell me if you remember that one. And another item that would have been insanely overpowered is the Eye of the Storm Tracker. Fortnite accidentally added this item into the game, and you could tell because the icon was literally a backpack. But this item was very OP because it would tell you where the next circle was going to be, basically allowing for easy rotations. And thankfully Fortnite removed this item after 30 minutes, so if you got to experience this one, then you're part of a select few because hardly anyone did. But one item I know you forgot about is the Kingsman Umbrella. This was a part of the game in Fortnite Chapter 2. This thing was basically the same as the lightsaber item, except it wasn't as good, but one cool feature it did have was that you could use it to avoid taking fall damage. So it wasn't a bad item to carry, but it wasn't a very memorable item either, and that's why you probably forgot about it. Another item that really wasn't so memorable is the OG SMG. This item just isn't memorable because, well, it was bad. This thing only did about 11 damage to the body and 28 to the head, making it one of the weakest weapons we've ever seen, and with all the other weapons in the game at the time, there really just wasn't a reason to run this one. This gun was also only available from Season 1 to Season 2, so I'm sure most people watching this video didn't get to use this one because you had to be a super OG. And the OG SMG isn't the only SMG you likely forgot about, because you also probably forgot about the Burst SMG. This weapon honestly was pretty mid, and if we're being real, there really was no reason to use this weapon in a season that already had the drum gun. And that made the weapon kind of irrelevant. Plus, this SMG replaced the suppressed SMG, which everyone likes, so people were kind of mad about this weapon before even trying it. Really, I just think this weapon was so mid that it became so forgettable. Now, one weapon you're only going to remember if you're a creative Fortnite player is the flashlight pistol. This weapon was never added to the Battle Royale map and was a creative mode exclusive weapon, which is why you probably don't even remember it. The majority of players haven't even gotten to use this thing, but I mean, it's a pistol, so I don't think we're missing out on much. Now, you probably got to try the machine pistol in Chapter 3, but I would bet you probably forgot about when Fortnite added this weapon into the Solid Gold playlist by accident, and everyone got to try out the weapon early. Before it released in Chapter 3, you probably forgot about this weapon entirely because it wasn't anyone's favorite, that's for sure. Also, Epic accidentally put this into the game so many times when they weren't supposed to. But if you didn't forget about that one, I know you forgot about the directional bounce pads. These were basically a really early version of the bouncers and were added to the game during the early stages of Fortnite Battle Royale. I'd say that 99% of people watching this video have never gotten to use this item, and I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it come back. It looks really good for rotations and trick shots. But this isn't the only trap item you forgot about, because I know you forgot about the wall Dynamo. This was one of the earliest traps we got in Fortnite, and you would use this thing by getting someone stuck in a room and then putting it on a wall. And this thing would basically zap them to death. It would work the same as a damage trap, except it would zap them, and I mean, that's a little extreme epic, don't you think? And one more item I bet most of the people watching this video forgot about is the Batarang. When Batman made his way to the Fortnite island, he brought Gotham City, the Batman grapple gun, and the Batarang. This item was basically a Batman-themed clanger, and it would stick to items like a sticky grenade, but you could also shoot it to make it explode immediately. This item was crazy good for taking people's walls and breaking into their boxes. Not to mention the fact that it could literally do damage through walls. But anyways, guys, that was 20 Fortnite items you forgot about, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.